Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Constantine the Third, and actually I'll leave this on. And we're gonna do a little gameplay commentary over here, going over a game where I get set behind early on in the game, and I'm gonna show you guys how to come back from that. So to start off, I'll just show you how I get set behind. Basically, I overcommit to this all-in. I already got chunked in a trade before. Kind of stupid for me to go for it, and I get punished by it. I get killed. So we're gonna take a fast forward a little bit into the game. I don't know, right here, sure, whatever. We lose our tower off of that as well. So if you look at the differentials going on right now, I've got 120 CS, which is nice. Tristana has 100, so I've been CSing better. That's just kind of like a player thing. But she does have first tower gold and a kill on me. So if you take a look at the items here, what was it? Tristana basically has a Zeal on me right now. I just have a wimpy little attack speed dagger, and she's got a Zeal. So she definitely has more gold than me right now. So she's taken my tower. That was the first tower of the game. Pretty big mistake by me, and my team's down 5 kills to 0. So at this point in the game, there's not a lot for me to do safely bot lane anymore. Essentially what's going on is that my tower is gone, so I don't have a... If I get ganked right here, I'm going to have to run all the way back to my tier 2, so this is just a terrible spot to be in, right? And they still have their tower up, so they're pretty safe to lane right here. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to push in my lane, and I'm going to try to go somewhere else on the map, right? I'm going to try to see if I can make things happen elsewhere, because Tristana's just going to straight up out-damage me in a fight. It's pretty much best to avoid the 2v2 at this point because of that fact. So what Tristana should do right now is, since she's already taken bot lane tower and she has already taken the dragon, she's going to want to lane swap, so she wants to go up here with her support, Lulu, up here to the top lane to either try to take top tower, which is about to die, so that's a very good thing for her to switch on. Renekton can go bot lane, he can be safe because he is a tower, and I don't feel too safe because I don't have a tower, so that's why it's okay to send your top laner down there. And Tristan and Lulu can go up in 2v1, shove down Alistar, and try to push in his tower right here. But they don't really do that. Instead, they kind of just dick around mid lane, which is probably why they lost, honestly. But if you're the enemy ADC that lost the tower, you can do that yourself. You can go top lane and just kind of chill up here and have your tank go down bot lane. Even if you're behind 2v1, you're still stronger than their top lane, so that kind of forces their bot lane to rotate up. So even though you are behind and you are weaker and they have, like, lane priority at that point because they're stronger, that does mean that you at least get to have a safe lane to farm in if you play it safe. You know, Tristana Lulu, while being very powerful, it doesn't have a ton of... It has really good kill pressure, but, like... How can I put this? It's not like a Leona, it's not like a Thresh, it's not like they can just go on you. You really kind of have to fuck up your positioning for them to really all-in you and punish you for that. So it's kind of a situation you're looking forward to. You kind of want to be in that spot, right? So it would be better for you for that to happen. Basically, the absolute worst case scenario is for you to be bot lane with no tower in the 2v2 lane. That's just... You're basically saying, spank me, daddy, jungler. Oh god, yes, I want it right now. Right from behind daddy, yes. And no, you don't want it like that. Unless you do, Kappa Pride, you know, it's all good. But if, you know, most of us don't. And if you're trying to win in the game, then Riot is homophobic. Kappa Pride stuff like that is not smiled upon. Therefore, I would recommend not going for that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to push in my lane. I'm going to try to get the CS to their tower. Basically, that kind of forces Tristana to come down here in a way. Forces is a strong word. She wants to be down here for the CS, but she can't. It eliminates her options, right? She can't not be down here, if that makes any sense at all, because she has to get the CS. So I can just guarantee she's going to be here. And while it's here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go mid lane, right? I'm just going to rotate through here. I don't know if they have wards or not, but on the off chance that they don't, it's low diamond. So, I mean, these people probably, even if they do have wards, they're probably not watching their minimap. So that's what I'm going to go for. So I'm going to follow my character. Blah, blah, blah. Walk over here. Go through the river. Woohoo! Drop a pink to try to deny some vision. And look, even though Vygar totally had vision on us, he was not looking at his minimap. So now I'm in a good spot right here. And I burn his flash. And get some good damage on him as well. So, great. Even though I'm behind, I still managed to do something good for my team by burning a flash there by just doing that little rotation. And honestly, if my Sona would have had higher IQ and path this way with me over here, she could have gotten an ult before he could have flashed, because I know he wasn't going to flash her ult. And even if he did, then it's worth trading Sona ult for flash. there was a small chance we killed him. I stunned Veigar under tower here, so I was like 900% sure Ahri could have just like ult charmed this guy right here. She had flash as well, but this Ahri was having a rough game. She wasn't really thinking straight, so I don't know if she would have seen that, but that probably should have been a kill if she was more up on her game. Whatever, not a big deal. So then I'm going to shove in the wave right here like I just did, and I'm going to rotate over here back to the top lane to catch the CS. So essentially what happened there over that rotation was, it was basically nothing bad happened, right? I burned someone's flash for free, and I miss one creep, right? It's just a net gain, right? I don't lose anything by going mid lane, and I mean, I lose one CS basically by going mid lane, because I wasn't going to challenge Tristana for the CS because she can just kill me. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for kind of a cheeky play here. Is this where I do it? I'm going to try to bush cheese her, and it actually ends up working out because people don't respect that. Let me speed through it, sorry. If you ever take the tower, like, people will always get cocky like this, and they'll walk up and they'll try to take, just like walk up and push the tower. Oh, sorry. Let me finish my thought, and then we'll go over the all-in. They'll just walk up and they'll if they keep pushing like this, you can bush cheese like this, or have your jungler go through river if they don't have it warded up, or for your own jungle if they don't have it warded up. It's easy to punish people who push like this, and a lot of times from the low elo games that I've watched, people will kind of mindlessly just keep pushing down this lane, so it can be really easy just to punish people like this. So she's just going to push up like this, and then we're going to do the all-in. So I'm going to start off with a flash stun, and we're going to go on her like this. Unfortunately, she knocks me back, so I'm just going to go on Lulu right here. I don't get the reset on my ult, unfortunately. I'm just going to go for Lulu here, just finish her off real quick, and then turn the Tristana. I think I have my Condemn up right now. Oh, I don't. That's unlucky. Whatever, it's just a very easy DPS check against her. And Chogaf's just going to walk down here and just gobble me. He uses flash for, like, literally no reason right here. I have no idea why he flashed that. Like, because Veigar was up here, so that was just a complete waste of a summoner spell from him. But overall, that was a net game for me. Did Tristana get that kill on Sona? Or was that Lulu? No, Tristana got that. So I've basically evened the playing field, right? I have 2 kills. I mean, she has like 1. So she's 150 gold on me, basically. Less than that, because I have 2 CS up, like 120. So now I'm basically even with her, and I'm kind of back in the game. So I guess you can sum this up as bush cheese, the strategy. Get you back in the game when shit hits the fan. So, Dragon just spawned, so I'm going to rotate over here and go for it. Yeah, my team is still fucking hella behind, though. So Veigar walks out of position really hard here, and I all-in him. I try to all-in him, but then, like, the whole enemy team shows up. We didn't have any vision on this side of the map, so it just didn't work out for us. But it was still worth the try. I'm just going to try to kite out here. So this is a point to the thing that I was talking about earlier with how random, unpredictable things can happen. So right here, right here, Veigar is standing in a ridiculously aggressive position. His team has backed off because they want to do the air dragon, which was a risky call in and of itself. Like, we have all of our, like, the only person who doesn't have ult and flash is me. Everyone else on my team has at least an ult or a flash, and they don't have anything. Like, the only sums they have is Tristana Flash, which is a good summoner spell, you know, respect to that. But they also have Chogaf's Smite, which, I mean, that's it. So we definitely, even though we're behind in gold, I don't think they've backed to really capitalize on their gold gain yet. So that's a pretty risky call from them to make right here. But in any case, that doesn't matter. What does matter is the fact that Veigar is in a stupidly aggressive position. So what I talked about was, you can never really predict what dumb shit your enemies might do. Like, even an NA Challenger, like Dyrus and Cutie Pie talk about this all the time. People just do random stupid shit to throw the game, like, all the time. And this is one of those instances, right? Which, you know, again, this isn't high elo or anything like that. It's just low diamond solo queue. But this guy right here, he is so aggressively positioned right now. And it's going to be an easy cleanup kill on him. Oh my god. I didn't realize that happened. That's fucking hilarious. I was not watching that. I was looking at the flanks when that happened. Holy shit, that's fucking insane. Whatever, easy kill on him. So we sack our Alistar top for their insanely fed Vygar mid, so that's worth it. And we get some trades right here. So now we have an edge. We have one less tank, but they don't have one of their main carries. So we're going to go for the Air Dragon right here. This is safe to do because one of their carries is dead and one of our tanks is dead. Plus, our tank has TP, which he's using right now. Good player, actually. And yeah, so we're going to go for a team fight right here. So Renekton goes in by himself, and it's just going to be a pretty easy cleanup from here. I'm just making sure to stay at the back of the fight. Tristana's over the wall, but she's still in auto range, so it's just easy autos. And yeah, like, their team is totally split right there. So I'm not trying to say that I played that fight super well, or that our team played that fight super well or something. That was just them making a huge mistake right there. Their carry got caught, and they still went for that fight anyway. Half of them didn't want to go for it, the other half did. And they just got completely creamed. So because of that, they are going to lose tempo, and because of that, they're going to lose control over the Air Dragon, and things are just going to get progressively worse for them. Things are just going to get progressively worse for them from here on out. Unfortunately, Ahri gets picked there, but whatever. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, my mid laner has just been slain, and my support is getting caught. This is kind of unfortunate. I'm pretty sure Sona just dies for free here, right? Yeah, she does. Whoops, wrong key. That's pretty unlucky. We just gotta remember that if you're ever gonna win any of these games, when you're super behind like this, you just kind of have to keep up, like, thinking about, like, what the ways you can win, right? What are the ways that you can win? And, like, the ways that I can win in this game are just the fact that I'm Vayne and I can outplay. I just have more mobility and more ability to impact team fights than Tristana does. And so I'm going to bank off of that. I'm going to wait for my team to respawn, and then I'm going to head back, pick up, I believe, have I just power spike? This is kind of important to think about. Oh my god, this is, I remember this team fight. This is the most frustrating thing in the world. Yeah, this team fight was just so frustrating. Yeah, so we get a great pick on the Tristana, and I all in her, and I get her super low. I'm like, yeah, guys, we can do it. Their ADC is so low. And my Alistar's like, I'm gonna stay in the back, and yeah. Love you to death, Pipatsu, man, but holy shit, dude, you should have gone in there. What the fuck? We had zoned one. He had flash, too. Like, when Sona ults, just flash pulls that fucker with my DPS, they're dead. Damn. Yeah, even, like, so that team fight, we should have won that team fight because of the Sona ult, but of course we chose not to do anything. But at least during all of this, our Xin Zhao was split pushing, so we lost an inhib, but he's at least getting towers. And I think I just keep chasing here and dodging skill shots long enough to buy him time to get something done. Yeah, okay, so Renekton goes in here. Do I die here? That would really suck if I died here. Oh, good condemn. Oh, but he flashed on me? Okay. So that was well kited by me, but I mean, there's not anything you can do against a flash from a Vygar like that. So, I mean, the situation's looking terrible right now, and I promise you we win this game. It's 18-7, and it's just not looking good. But again, like, you just kind of have to have faith in the fact that you scale, and, like, try to pick the best fights that you can. That pick mid lane into the Air Dragon was actually a really big deal, and it's going to end up carrying us here. So even though we're super behind, this right here is where the game changes. This is where the comeback happens. So right here, and this is a classic mistake that everybody makes. I'll just keep the camera over here because this is where it happens. Cho'Gath is like, guys, I'm a tank, and this is my buddy Renekton, and he's a fucking reptile. Let's go fucking fuck these kids up. And, of course, where is their ADC? Fucking fighting doggos over here in the jungle. Bad idea. We're grouped as 5, and they are grouped as 2 and 2 at the moment. Not smart. That's a good lesson from when you're behind. Just stay grouped as 5, because sometimes people do dumbass shit like this. So if we're watching right here, Alistar sees them coming, and he's like, yo, well, fuck you, Renekton. So we just instantly kill him right here, right? I walk around the Rupture. I walk around the Event Horizon. I realized that Alistar ult acted as a cleanse. And Ahri and Xin kind of go a little ham here. They jump back. Ari attempts to pick Tristana, but she just gets fucking DPS checked. But I'm over here, and I blow up Veigar. I'll actually focus on that real quick, because you guys care about what you should do as Vayne in a team fight. So one of the most important things you can do before a team fight, if you're going to dive a carry, which was my plan this whole time, because God knows that my Xin Zhao couldn't kill this guy. Pretty sure Xin was like incredibly weak this whole game. Yeah, he's 1-4, so Xin cannot solo kill a 10-1 Veigar. So I know that I have to use my damage to kill him. So he's on the back trying to pick him and failing miserably, and my Ari's in the back trying to pick Tristana and failing miserably. But, what was it? Actually, does Xin kill Trist here? No, absolutely not. He kills Lulu, I guess. So, I'm looking right here. I stealth tumble forward so Veigar can't see me. And I get the autos. And the only reason I knew I could position aggressively like this was because of the fact that his event horizon was on cooldown. And I know it seems kind of obvious to go in on this, but I knew that Cho'Gath had used his Rupture. I knew that Veigar had used his event horizon, so I knew it was safe to go in like this. And I'm pretty sure Lulu had used her ult, but then that wouldn't really matter, honestly, because what I'm really afraid of is things that stun me, because then Veigar can land his dumbass event horizon that does a quintillion damage. This is an easy kill right here. Oh, Cho'Gath's Rupture was already off cooldown. It's a short cooldown. But in any case, what was it? It wasn't off cooldown shortly enough. The secret to team fighting well on ADC is, like, yeah, you have to know how to kite well, but honestly, and this is something I'm still struggling with, is you really have to keep track of every single enemy cooldown. Everything that can CC, you have to know about when it's coming, when it's going. You know, what's the range of it? What does it do? How much do you have to respect it? Because, I mean, there's this whole thing of, like, you know, varying degrees of respect with different crowd controls, right? Lulu Ultimate is technically a crowd control. How much do you have to worry about it? Well, if you're not standing on top of someone, it's not going to CC. You're just going to make it take longer for you to kill them. But, you know, how hard of a CC is Lulu Polymorph? You better be watching out for that shit, because if she polymorphs you, you are dead as fuck. So at this point in the game, what do I have item-wise? I believe I should have Rapid Fire Cannon after all of that. Oh yeah, I remember this. I begged Ari in chat, just give me 2 minions, man, that's all I need! So I'm gonna grab my Rapid Fire Cannon, I'm on my 3-item Power Spike. I've kept up with Tristana and CS and... Tristana with CS and kills. So we're still even on gold, basically. I think we even went the same item path, Jesus. We can both start... God. Only thing different is I have a control ward there from a better player. Fuck you, Tristana. Anyway, so we have Baron buff, so we're going to push mid and try to take a tower right here. But they do come, and this is important, alright? So if you're grouped as 3, like, even if you think someone is alone at this stage in the game, they're never alone. You know what I mean? There's not a reason to, like, you know, we could turn an all-in Lulu right now, I guess. But, like, if someone is running at you, this is another important thing to think about. If somebody is running at you, you have to legitimately ask yourself why somebody is doing that. Because, like... so many times people will be like, ha, this person who's down 30 CS and 2 levels from me in mid lane is trying to all-in me. What a fool. He doesn't realize how much damage I do. No, it's because his jungler's there. You got it. Nobody asked themselves that, though. They're just like, ha, fool. And they all in. And same thing here. Like, I could have easily been like, what a foolish Lulu. She's alone. I will obliterate her with my 3 critical strike items. But... obviously, like, we can see here that we have a team with her. So just really be careful when you choose to fight our fights. So I'm literally just, like, I don't think you can see it. Yeah, I'm spamming the back ping. I'm just like, no. And they try to go back in, I'm just like, no. Please, God, no. Not like this. Not like this, Dad. Not the jumper cables. And they keep trying to put back in. I literally typed to them, like, for the love of God, don't fight. And they're like, okay, boss. Whatever you say. XD. You're a good memer. Like, thanks, boys. Appreciate it. So we're just going to keep pushing down mid. Basically, the way this is working, I think I explained this in a stream. Oh, wow, it's bright. In a stream highlight, but obviously not everyone's seen that. It's just a classic split push. Does he not have Baron buff? No, he does. That's just a visual glitch. Okay. Oh, so if you pause it, the Baron disappears. That's fucking weird. Whatever. If you have someone who's good in, like, kind of a dueling situation like Xin Zhao is, I mean, that's the one thing he can do, is Kaya Pa people, or whatever. scream about his ancestors while jabbing people in the nuts of his spear, then you want to send that person to the bot lane or the top lane, just a side lane to split push. It's usually bot lane, and typically that's because like that's where the objective is. Like, since you just killed Baron, the next objective to spawn is probably going to be a dragon. So you want to have lane control of that area over there, so if it does spawn, you can kind of just, after your Baron buff wears off, rotate over the dragon to take it. But I digress. You want to have like your 4 people grouped here in the mid lane, just hacking away at the tower, and send this person bot lane to split. The idea is that, wow, he's really high level. I just realized that. What a beast. The idea is that the person in the bot lane with their super creeps is going to be able to at least do like moderate enough damage to structures that it creates pressure to where at least 2 people have to come down bot lane to fight them. Maybe only 1 person goes to fight them, but they're probably going to have to send someone who's reasonably strong because like Baron buff minions do give you a lot better pushing power. And like a lot of times they'll be like, okay, like mid laners thinking, because I do this all the time as mid lane, I can go bot lane for like 10 seconds and kill this guy, and surely everything will be okay. And you go bot lane, you kill a guy, and you turn around and your mid lane is just a dumpster fire. All 3 people have died and they're hitting your inhibitor. It's like, because the teams don't realize that you rotate, or they don't respect the fact that they're 3v4, or whatever. It's basically forcing people to go into a situation to where it's a lot harder to manage in solo queue, right? Like, in competitive play, this doesn't work super well because it's really easy just to, with comms, go over it. But when you're in solo queue, people just kind of tend to do their own thing, and it's really hard to track why people do what when. You know, like, and people just don't have perfect situational awareness. You know, one of these guys may not realize that he's down there. Like, their tank that initiates may not realize that Veigar is bot lane, and all of a sudden, Clown Fiesta occurs. But with this, it's just really easy. It's like, you got 4 people here, and so, you know, if this person goes missing, then you're like, okay, back away. Or if this person goes missing, this guy's like, okay, run away. It's very straightforward, but it's harder to coordinate, like, dealing with it than it is to do it, if that makes any sense. Sorry, that is nothing about playing from behind, but it's important to know anyway. So just keep pushing down. So we're just going to keep pressuring this right here, just chipping away at the tower. I'm just going to, yeah, like, save my tumble to get out of any attempt to engage on me. Keep wave clearing, and just, like, we're not looking to fight here, right? Like, even if we see someone who's, like, you know, in a bad position, on quotes, like, you don't need to fight, right? It's much more low variance just to, like, push in your minions and just hit the tower. You see it's working, right? Like, just because of the Baron minions, like, I can just walk in and just get chip damage, and it's just going to slowly die. And, you know, this happens sometimes, right? Like, sometimes people like that, like, Lulu will just misposition and get picked randomly. Again, just, like, random shit that goes wrong in the game will sometimes lead you to victory, right? Like, Lulu was not supposed to be positioned that aggressively, but it happens, right? I have no idea why we're rotating bottom. Don't know why we're doing this. Don't know also why Alistar's pushing top. I guess we're doing it because we have a minion wave here. And it kind of forced them off. Not really. I mean, that was dumb. We should have just stayed mid. I don't know. Oh, yeah, and then that. Let's watch that again in slow motion, ladies and gentlemen. That was a fucking tragedy, but whatever, that happens sometimes. And this is why this is stupid, because we can't actually go mid lane to, like, put any pressure on. Oh, sorry. Any pressure on. But they're just kind of ignoring Alistar, so I guess that TP worked out to some degree. We got a lot of towers off of that. And their inhibitor's down, so now our foot is on the gas. So if we win one more team fight, we're in good shape, boys. That's, yeah, if I just randomly stop moving, it's because I'm trying to motivate my team to stop being toxic to each other and play. Hashtag EU West. So we're just going to kind of go back to pushing mid lane. It's basically, the way it works now is that this Xin is actually splitting very well. He's playing it perfectly. He's going top lane because super minions, they're basically like Xin Zhao's. They just kind of mindlessly push down a lane and they'll eventually get to a Nexus turret and knock on it. And that's going to cause somebody to have to rotate here, so it'll be a 4v what X situation. And someone now has to deal with somebody pushing top lane as well. So they're being kind of pulled apart in 3 different ways. And since we're now ahead, we're now ahead in gold. We can afford to fight an outnumbered fight now, which is great. And we can also just keep, again, like, we pretty much don't want to fight. Like, the best way to do this is to just have, like, them crumble under the pressure, right? Somebody forgets to clear the super minions. Somebody doesn't have time to deal with us mid lane, Xin Zhao top lane, and us bot lane. Just kind of pull them apart like this, right? Oh yeah, and Cho'Gath tries to engage on me. Now, okay, so I get ruptured here, and you might think I'm dead, but then Sona lands a beautiful stun right here, which is totally beast. And I get polymorph, so I just ult, immediately QSS it, and then tumble backwards. And at that point in time, it's just like free DPSing for me. So that was a great counter engage by my Sona, but even if she didn't, what was it, ult there, I still had my ult QSS for it. And this is the ult buff right here, like it's still going, like it's nuts. I can't believe, like, even when this happened, I was like, God, how is this ult still going? Like, it's still going! Like, what the hell? That's nutty. Alright, and then lo and behold, we win the game. It's awesome. Okay, so let's go over what we talked about already. Number 1, if you are losing lane, just go somewhere else. Basically, don't stay in a situation that's already bad for yourself. Either lane swap with your top laner, push the wave in and rotate mid, play defensive, bush cheese, do anything other than try to 2v2 the enemy, because it's just not going to work out in your favor. And then after that, you pretty much just want to play for waiting for your enemy to make a mistake, right? Because you're behind on gold, it's going to be hard for you to, like, force something. Wait for someone to do something stupid, like randomly stand way past where they should be as a squishy, no escape mage. Like, that's not a good idea, pal. Don't do that. But, like, again, people do that all the time. So just, like, and also have faith in your late game. You know, you're Vayne. You do a lot of damage. I did the most damage this game. That's just kind of how it works. Actually, I think Veigar out DPS me, but that's life. It's Veigar. He had 10 kills. Don't hate me. If your enemy makes mistakes, rotate, leave lane. Don't do that. Don't stay in the 2v2. Look for favorable engages in terms of numbers and whatnot. Play for objectives, right? Keep Baron warded, keep Dragon warded. Play conservatively. Don't do super risky things. Don't randomly face check in bushes. Unless, of course, you're super behind, in which case, yeah, just do whatever the hell you want at that point. Just play totally fringe odds. You know, blast cone over the wall on Baron and stand in the back here to try to cheese it. Whatever's clever, man. And yeah, that'll be it. Hope this helps, guys. If I didn't go over anything, if you're like, I still have no idea how to deal with this situation, then let me know. I'd be happy to talk about it. I'm always looking for more content to make. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Take it easy. Let me know what you think, and have a good one. Bye-bye.